Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. You are listening to Ramadan FM, and this is the morning show. I hope you're having an amazing time on the way to school, whether you're walking or you're in the car with your parents, or you are on the way to work and you are having a lovely time and you're excited for the day. Because, why are you excited? Because it's what day? It's Wednesday, and it's also the 19th day of Ramadan, which means that we are close to the last 10 days. Can you believe that? I am absolutely shocked that we are this far into Ramadan. Apologies for my tiredness today as well, guys. There was very, very bad traffic today, and I'm sure you guys know, as you're probably in it right now listening to me. So I'm glad that I've actually come out of the traffic to just come right back into it. But that's fine this time, because I'll just be entertaining you guys. Just telling you guys again that this is a interactive radio live session, so if you guys want to call us or give us a message, then please let us know. So the studio line is 0116 4822 086. That is 0116 4822 086. And then if you want to give us a message and you want me to read it out, if you want to tell me a fun Ramadan story that's happening to you, or if you want to kind of just, not speak on the radio, but you still want to be involved, please give the WhatsApp a message on 077 488 55055. That is 077 488 55055. And let me know what you guys are doing. Tell me what's happening, and hopefully we'll get to speak to each other. It's always my favourite part, as I say, of every single Ramadan FM morning show that I do, is that, we get to talk to each other and have a lovely time. So, I'm just going to carry on with today's content. So we have, the last 10 days coming up. So what does that mean for you guys? I mean, I'm sure you guys know what it is, but for the people who are potentially listening, who are like, I know the last 10 days are happening. People always talk about the last 10 days, but what actually happens in the last 10 days of Ramadan? Let me tell you. So the last 10 days of Ramadan are the most sacred and spiritual significant part of the month. And that's because, we increase our prayers and we recite more Quran and we seek forgiveness during these nights. And, one of these nights in the last 10 days is Laylatul Qadr. And that is the night of power. And that is described in the Quran as being better than 1,000 months. And that's in Surah Al-Qadr. Worship on these nights is believed to bring immense rewards, forgiveness and mercy from Allah. And since the exact date is, not known right now, I think we've got a call. Anyway, we don't know which one it is. Oh, wait, you know what? I'll pause that because we've got a call in. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, assalamu alaikum. Have they come through? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Oh, what's your name?
Hamza.
Hi, Hamza. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm okay.
What would you like to say to the radio today?
I wanted to pray a surah.
Of course, please tell us a surah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يؤتيك فلا تنهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بإذن ربك فحدث.
MashaAllah, that was so amazing. Your recitation is so beautiful, MashaAllah. And will you be doing these surahs a lot in these next 10 days as well?
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that you will be praying for? Is there anything specific that you will be praying for and wanting to gain reward?
For me to memorize my Yasin.
Oh, okay. Inshallah, you get that.
And to go to Jannah.
And to go to Jannah. Inshallah, all those things will happen for you. Have you started have you started learning Surah Yasin?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know a little bit? Do you think you'd be able to say a little bit on the radio for us today?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, go on.
Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع ذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فأززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون. Yeah, that's like the part that I know the best.
Wow, mashallah, you've how long have you been learning that?
Since the start. No, so since September.
September, mashallah, you've done very, very well. I mean, you've already got one ruku down. So, honestly, it's very good. Keep up the good work, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
My brother wants to say something.
Okay, of course. Yes, please. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
What's your name?
Isa.
Isa. Hi, Isa. And what would you like to say to the, would you like to do a surah for us as well?
I'd like to pray Surah Qadr.
Surah Qadr. Please go ahead.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
Wow, mashallah, that was so good. And do you know why we were talking about Surah Qadr just a minute ago? And do you know the significance of this dua and what it talks about? I mean, this surah, sorry, not dua.
No, I don't think so.
No, so we were talking about the night of Laylatul Qadr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that night will be coming up in the next 10 days, won't it? So you got to make sure that you're doing lots and lots of prayers, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. And do you have anything else that you want to say to the radio? Oh, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I was just going to say, do you have anything else you want to say? Any final remarks? Oh, can you not hear me? Okay, well, Hamza and Isa, thank you so much for calling in. Jazakallah, you guys' recitation was really good. And inshallah, you keep up the good work, yeah? Yeah, I think we just lost them, but that's okay. You guys are very, very good. Amazing. I think we've got another one coming in as well. Anyway, I was talking about Laylatul Qadr coming up in the next 10 days. But we've got another one. We've got another one coming up. So, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What's your name?
Zahra.
Zahra. Hi, Zahra. And what would you like to say to the radio today?
Can I pray Surah Nas?
Of course you can. Please say Surah Nas for us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
MashaAllah, that was amazing. Beautiful recitation as always. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the radio? Oh, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Sorry?
I just said, is there anything else you'd like to say to the radio?
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. And is there anything you'll specifically be praying for these next 10 nights? Oh, sorry. Can people not hear me today? I don't think. Is there anything specific you want to pray for for the rest of Ramadan? That you'd like to share? No? Okay, amazing. Well, Ramadan Mubarak to you, Zahra, and I hope, inshallah, you have an amazing rest of your Ramadan.
Can my sister recite?
Oh, yes, of course.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's your name?
Layla.
Layla. Assalamu alaikum, Layla. Would you like to, what would you be reciting today? Do you know?
Can I say Surah Falaq?
Surah Falaq. Oh my gosh, please tell us your Surah Falaq.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
MashaAllah, that was so good. Wow, I hope you guys keep up the good work and you start learning lots more surahs. And is there anything else that you'd like to say on the radio today?
Have a lovely Ramadan.
Have a lovely Ramadan. I hope you have a lovely Ramadan as well. Inshallah.
Alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much, guys, for calling in. Jazakallah. Wow. I have one more sentence to say on Laylatul Qadr. So I'm just gonna say it. So, the exact date of Laylatul Qadr that we were talking about is unknown, but we do know that it's on an odd numbered night. So the 21st, the 23rd, the 25th, the 27th, or the 29th are very important nights that you want to, you get more reward, I would say, for doing lots of du'as and lots of prayers, as you would be anyway. Yeah, guys, if you want to call in, please call the studio line at 0116 4822 086, and then the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. Let me know what's going on. And if you want to say any more surahs, any more du'as, if you want to talk about something else. I mean, we've got some Leicester related and National Day stuff coming up as well, so you might want to call in a little bit later as well. But please, always come in. I love talking to you guys. Okay, so also I was talking about with Laylatul Qadr and just the last 10 days, some people also practice itikaf, where they stay in the mosque for the last 10 days and they dedicate themselves fully to worship and dua and prayer. And, it's a time of deep reflection and striving for closeness with Allah before Ramadan ends. And, you can... I'm sure you guys have a few people in your family that will potentially be doing that, and you'll be dropping off food for them at the mosque, or maybe you'll just kind of be at home doing itikaf at home as well. I know that's a thing that's possible as well. So yeah, I'm trying to think about what I was gonna say regarding itikaf. Yeah, I remember I have a very nice memories with itikaf anyway. I feel like it brings lots of family stuff together as well, because I remember when my granddad was alive, he used to go and do itikaf in the mosque, and I remember we would always, after iftar or just before iftar, we would take his food and we would take it to the mosque to drop it off to him. And that's like a core memory I have, and that's his itikaf and was something that was very important to us, as well as our own. But it's a core memory in terms of Ramadan that I have. So yeah, let me know if you guys are doing that as well. If you've got a studio line is 0116 4822 086, and then the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. I hope you guys are listening and can hear me. I don't think a lot of people could hear me, or I was speaking too fast. Let me bring the microphone closer to me. Can you guys hear me now? I hope so. Yeah? Okay, amazing. What else are we going to talk about in Leicester? Yeah, we had the street iftar that happened like last Thursday. It was very, very interesting, and I saw it in lots of articles and things, how there was a street in town centre that was kind of blocked off just so that people could do iftar, and I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but it was very, very amazing to see that was happening. I don't think that's actually happened in the UK yet. It was very, very fun to see that was something that could happen. I think it was had a lot of volunteers that were happening, so good job to all of them who were doing that. And then we also had the Ramadan festival that happened in High Cross. And that is actually a very important thing that happened as well, because it's very good to support small businesses, but it's also good to support people in our own community who have small businesses. And I'm sure you guys know we are on Evington Road, which is the heart of lots of small businesses. So I think it's very good to support those guys. Even if you don't really, you might do it naturally, but it's very good to know, if there's a small business around, that's someone's livelihood, it's someone's whole life. It could be a family thing, it could be bringing up their family. So support small businesses. I'm a small business myself as well, so that's very important, very, very important. And I think we have another caller happening. Very nice. Anyway, we also, so Ramadan. How's it going for you guys? Oh, we've got another call. Amazing. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's your name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Hello, Muhammad. And what would you like to say to the radio today?
Can I recite a surah?
Of course you can. Please go ahead.
لإلاف قريش بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذين هم أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
MashaAllah, that was so good. Well done on your recitation. Do you have any goals for the rest of Ramadan in terms of learning surahs or praying and du'as that you want to make? Oh, Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Go to mosque and pray.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the mosque and pray. MashaAllah, I hope you do that, and I'll make sure to make lots of dua in these next 10 days. Yep. Is there anything else you'd like to say on the radio?
No.
No? Okay. Well, Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. It was very nice to hear your recitation. Thank you so much for calling in. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for calling in with your surahs. They are always amazing to listen to. I'm sure that everyone else listens. I think also when one person calls in to say a surah, then lots of other people want to do the surahs as well. And I think it's very important because we're kind of sharing the kind of the joy of reciting the Quran, and we're all doing it together. And I feel like, when you're a kid, when I was a kid, I know it was very nice to be able to do it with lots of other people. I think, everyone needs to appreciate madrasa. I think some of my best memories are from when I was in madrasa, because I feel like those types of bonds that you create as well. When you're a kid, when you're kind of, even if you're an adult going into madrasa for the first time, I know that's a thing that some people are doing. It's so beautiful. It's very nice, and it's such an amazing way to kind of come together and do something as a group. And what better thing to do in a group than to recite the Quran? Do you know what I mean? So you guys should call in and say more surahs. Let's encourage this. We're in the last 10 days. We're not in the last 10 days yet, but we're coming up to it. The studio line is 0116 4822086, and then the WhatsApp message is 077 488 55055. Guys, get in contact. Tell us something that is happening for you this Ramadan. Tell me a highlight. Tell me something that is one of your goals. I know lots of people are trying to learn Surah Yasin, or they're trying to learn any surahs, or tell me an accomplishment that you've done, that you've had this Ramadan, and we'll see where it goes. Let's all share the good news together and have a lovely time. What was I on the subject of? Let's have a look. We were talking about Ramadan festival, and small businesses. And I want to talk about Ramadan and the Ramadan iftar that happened in the street. I think there's lots of very unique ways that people could be having Ramadan. Tell me, I want you to think, guys, let's get creative, because I know we like to have a little creative aspect happening, as I am a creative person. But tell me an iftar that you think would be so unique and that would catch the news of people. Do you know? Let's think about, have you seen those dinner tables that kind of go all the way up into the air? Have you seen those? Imagine if we had like an iftar on there. Do you know? I think that would be really, really crazy. Or if you had like a Ramadan, like an iftar on a boat, things like that. Think of a really, really unique and interesting way that you could have iftar, in a very, very interesting place, and that you could kind of, share on the news, and, people would be like, wow, this for the first time ever. This has happened in Ramadan when we've had an iftar like this, Think of something like that, Am I getting the creative juices flowing? Please let me know what type of iftar you would want to host. Please call the studio line at 0116 4822086, and then the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. I remember when I was here last year, we did a little interview video with all these kids saying like, what do you think Ramadan's going to look like in the next 100 years? And someone thought of a Ramadan robot, and then essentially the robot would be able to tell you when iftar was happening, and then it would be able to make iftar for you wherever you are. And I think that was very, very cool, and it was called like the Ramadan 3000, and I thought that was so funny, because a Ramadan robot is, hey, with AI and everything, maybe we'll get one, you never know. I guess we technically already, it's in your phone, but I think it would be very cool to kind of have a robot. But I'm also not sure how that kind of lies with, if you can have a robot in the house. I don't know how that. I don't know the rules with that. But anyway, hopefully you guys have been having a little think about what type of iftar you would want to have. That was, it could be on the moon, could be, and then you could only, have like a cheese iftar. I don't know, think of something. The studio line is 0116. I will say it slowly actually. 0116 4822086, and I will say that again. It is 0116 4822086. And the WhatsApp message, if you want to show us that as well, is 077 488 55055. And then I'll say that again. It is 077 488 55055. Amazing stuff, guys. And I think we've got one coming in through right now. Very nice. Amazing. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What's your name?
Amana.
Assalamu alaikum, Amana. And what would you like to say to the radio today?
Surah Adiyat.
Surah Adiyat. Please, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والآديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بؤثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
Wow, mashallah, that was so amazing. You had very confident recitation then, so well done. How long have you been learning that one for?
1 week.
1 week? Wow, mashallah. And for 1 week, you've done that very, very well. Have you got any more surahs that you are trying to learn?
No.
No? Okay, amazing. Do you have any du'as or anything that you'd like to say on the radio today?
I hope everyone has a lovely Eid.
Oh, yes. I hope everyone has a lovely Eid as well. Do you have any plans for Eid? Do you have any specific things that you're excited for on Eid?
No.
No? Okay. Amazing. Well, assalamu alaikum. It was very lovely to hear from you, and hopefully you call in again
Wa alaikum
with
salam.
all your amazing du'as. Wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah. Thank you so much.
No. Okay. Amazing.
Oh, amazing. Wow. That's so funny. When you guys were just ending the call, I heard myself on the radio. That was really interesting to hear. I can't really hear myself on the radio as I'm doing it. So that was very fun to listen to. Guys, you guys are so good. You guys are so amazing on the radio. Honestly, I feel like we need to have people coming into the studio as well. This is like, the Ramadan FM studios are very nice. I always say this all the time. But, this is a very nice atmosphere to be in. So if you guys want to get involved, please get in contact with us. But also, you could be involved right now. So the studio line, I'm going to say again, is 0116 4822086, and then the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. Please let us know what's going on in your life and tell us if you have anything that you want to talk about. Anything. We could just have a little chat. I'm sure everyone else is eager to listen. And, we've got one coming up right now. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What's your name?
Ani.
Ani?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Hi, Ani. And what would you like to say on the radio today?
I'd like to play Surah T.
Please tell us your surah.
What TD was زيتون والطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
MashaAllah, that was so amazing. How long have you been learning that surah for?
Not for long.
Not for long. Wow. Well, mashallah, you did a very good job. And I'm very excited to hear the more surahs that you learn as well. Do you have any other things that you'd like to say to the radio?
No.
No? Do you have any like
No.
crazy iftar situations that you'd like to share?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, walaikum assalam. Thank you, jazakallah. Amazing. Lovely stuff. Oh, still here? No? All good. Amazing. Okay, guys, thank you so much for... Oh, I'm not finished. Well, why am I saying it like that? Thank you so much for calling in, guys. You guys make the morning show, is what I'm trying to say. I want to get start with more of my content, but we have another caller. That's fine. I love it. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
What's your name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. And what would you like to share on the radio today?
قل أعوذ برب الناس.
Oh, yes, please go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
MashaAllah, that was so good. How long have you been learning that surah?
1 day.
1 day. Wow. I mean, that's very good. MashaAllah, very good. And do you have any other surahs that you planning to learn?
Pardon?
Do you have any other surahs that you're trying to learn right now?
Yeah, I'm learning Alif Lam Mim by heart.
Wow, Alif, mashallah, that's very good. It's a very big one. So inshallah, I hope you learn all of that as soon as you can. Have you got any more du'as or anything else you'd like to say to the radio?
Hope everyone has a good Ramadan.
I hope everyone has a good Ramadan. I hope you have a good Ramadan, Muhammad, and I hope your whole family and everyone has an amazing Eid as well. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, assalamu alaikum. It was very lovely to speak to you today.
Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Amazing, guys. Guys, keep up the good work. You guys are really cool. You know, very cool people that we have calling in on the radio today. Right, let's talk about what we were going to talk about. Oh, do we have another one? No. Oh, we have. What's going on? Something's coming up. What's going on? Iftar at the theme park is one of the. So that was one of the answers to the question that I said is like, what's a very unique iftar that you wanted? That would be interesting. Can you imagine an iftar at Alton Towers? I don't know if I can, but that would be very cool. But I don't know if I'd actually be able to eat if I was on the radio, if I was on a roller coaster. Sorry, we've got another call coming up. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
What's your name?
Fatima Zahra.
Fatima Zahra. Assalamu alaikum. What would you like to say to the radio? What would you like to say to the radio today?
I would like to play Surah Qari'ah.
Please tell us your surah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم القارعة ما القارعة وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار حامية.
MashaAllah, that was so amazing. How long have you been learning that surah? Oh, I think we're still waiting. They're still waiting to hear me on the radio. How long have you been hearing saying that on the radio? I mean, how long have you been learning that surah? Sorry. Do you know?
It didn't take long.
It didn't take long. Well, mashallah, it's very good.
Yeah.
You have very, very amazing rhythm, and you have very good, confident pronunciation. So well done. Do you have any other things that you want to share on the radio?
I want to say a Ramadan fact.
Oh, please tell us your Ramadan fact.
So in Ramadan, whatever good deed you do is multiplied by 70. And whatever bad deed you do is multiplied by 72.
Wow, amazing. That's a very, very good fact, actually. And I'm very glad that you shared that with the people today. Is there any good deeds that you can think of that you did in Ramadan that will be multiplied by 70?
I sometimes when I'm free after school,
Yeah.
I help my mom do the iftar table.
Wow, mashallah, that's very good. That's a very, very good deed that you're doing there. And I'm sure your mum appreciates that as well. And I hope that you keep doing that as well for the next 10 days, yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the radio? Any more
No,
facts? No? Well, thank you so much for
no.
spreading your knowledge and letting the people know about the 70 times good deeds and 70 times bad deeds. That was very, very good. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for calling in.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum assalam. That's okay. Bye bye. Amazing, guys. Amazing. That's a very good point. Why have I not said this on the radio? I love it. Everyone's educating each other. I mean, yeah, when we're talking about like Laylatul Qadr and how it's so much more reward, let's just talk about Ramadan in general as well. 70 times good, 70 times of rewards in your good deeds, and 70 times of bad deeds. I'm trying to think of what the other adjective would be for that. But, that's something very good to, just a good reminder for everyone, We've got the last 10 days. It's the home run, really, Let's really kind of push it and see how amazing we can be in the next 10 days. And hopefully we can keep those habits and spread them on for the rest of our life and until next Ramadan, inshallah. If you have any more Ramadan facts, please let the people know. 0116 4822 086, and then the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. Guys, it's always amazing to talk to you, as I say, every single time. Let's talk about some news that happened. Now, here's one little heartwarming story that I wanted to talk about because I thought it was very, very cute as well to say. The firefighters in Leicester came to rescue of a little muntjac deer after it got trapped in the River Soar yesterday afternoon. So I think this was from like 2 days ago, but there was a little deer that was stuck in the river in the River Soar, and the River Soar is in Leicester, of course. And so the Leicester Fire Rescue Service, they safely pulled it out, and the RSPCA confirmed that the little one was unharmed and has been released back into the wild, which I think is very, very cute. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know actually that a deer could get that. I was like, I don't really think about a deer being in Leicester. I mean, I think we more have like foxes and things, I think that's something that I think about a lot. But that's a very nice thing to hear about. And I think my reason for bringing this up is that we need to be kind to animals as well as people and all living creatures that Allah has created, even if it's just as little as kind of seeing a fly on the wall and, not taking off the slipper and slapping it, don't do that, just get a little cup, put it over, get a little piece of paper, put it underneath, take it outside. When I was a kid, I was very much like, oh my God, it's a fly, it's a spider, oh my gosh, get rid of it. Let's chill. Yeah. If you see like a bug, or if you see like a fly on the wall, if you see something, take it outside of the house. Let's build that confidence to kind of be kind to these animals. They don't need to be damaged, or they don't need to be hurt in any way. We're all creations of Allah, and we should all help each other out. And if you think about like a spider being on your wall or anything like that, just know that the spider's probably more scared of you than you are scared of it. So it's very, very important to be kind to these animals. I think that's I was trying to think of like animals that you kind of come across all the time in the UK. I can only think of bugs. So if you see a fox in the street, maybe don't approach it, but like, just leave it alone. I don't think you'd ever approach a fox anyway. If you see a cat in the street as well, just be like, oh my gosh, hi. Don't like scream at it or do anything like that. I'm sure you guys aren't, but maybe people need to be told. Because I remember I just saw one kid like scream at a cat one time, and I was just like, don't do that. So just a reminder, and all these acts of kindness, especially during Ramadan, as the girl who just called in said, 70 times reward. This girl has brought so much lovely stuff to the radio today, as well as all the other people who have been reciting their Quran and reciting their du'as and bringing out their positive messages. I think that's really, really cool. And I want to go back to the theme park iftar. I think that would be very, very cool. I give that idea a 10 out of 10. Although practically, I don't know how it would actually go through, because let's imagine you're on the Smiler. There's 14 loops. You've got your biryani in your hand. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I think that would be very interesting, though. I mean, if you guys want to try it out, I'm not gonna go against that. I think everyone should experiment and have a lovely time. What else is happening today? Okay, so today is National Let's Laugh Day. So you want to kind of have a little laugh with your family. Not too much, obviously, but having a nice joke with your family or something. You could do that today. Maybe you want to call in and tell me one of your dad jokes. I think that would be very cool. What was it? What was the joke that happened last week about the mosque and the pencil and the imam? Or you wanted to get drawn closer to him. I don't know. Clearly, I didn't remember that joke. I mean, it was funny, but I mean, maybe remind me if you're the person that called in to say that joke. Please call us at 0116 4822 086. Do I have you thinking about dad jokes? Do I have you thinking about some things that you could say on the radio to give us a little laugh and as a little inspiration for the journey ahead that we have for the day? It's what time today? Right now for me, it's 8:44. So maybe you guys are on the